All right, looks like we're live, and I am just waiting for all of our new reps to join on. We've been having some technical difficulties tonight. This is a new system for us, so bear with me as I get my team on. I think I'm going to go ahead and get started, and we are going to screen share this compensation plan in the PDF that I've got rolling here. So screen share to the PowerPoint. All right, so for our brand new reps on, I know that you guys have probably seen this compensation plan before, but it's always good to go over this multiple times. And what we're going to go over tonight is just showing you our marketing plan and the steps to really start making some money quickly and to share that with your team and the people that you want to join your team. So the first step in our compensation plan is this direct distributor. Everybody that signs up as a distributor makes just the retail profit, and that is across the board. Everybody's earning that retail profit. That's the 50 bucks. And all of you that are on have obviously joined on and paid that. I do hope that we've got Keith and Courtney on as well. And Lo, I know that you're on. So this is just a good look at the compensation plan. And what we're going to cover is how to make your way through this comp plan, and as well as the steps, the first steps to designing your team and your events and your resources as well. So I'm going to show some of our resources as well. So everybody that signs up earns retail sales profit. And to get to the first step in the compensation plan for direct distributor, you need 3 trios, and that's what we're going to be speaking about tonight. I'm going to jump down to show you trio capsule here. So a trio is 169 points and 39 in retail profit. So if you're looking at the column, the first column, that's the points, and retail profit is $39. We'll come back to that screen in a sec. The second level, this direct distributor level, is inviting 2 friends, your trio, and then 2 friends trios as well. And those trios, again, I'm going to scroll back down here. Those 3 trios takes you to this third column from the right. You'll be making not only retail sales profit, but you'll be making that 6% commission as well, earning $49 on each box of trios. That's the whole 4-month supply. So pretty quickly, you jump up 10 bucks per box, which is great. Go back to the screen. And for making direct distributor, then you earn a $100 bonus. You can do that in 30 days, or you can do that in shorter. But the company is generous and gives you 30 days. And then the third level in our compensation plan, and I'm going to skip to this page to show you, it's 2,000 points in 60 days plus 1 team member. You and 7 households is what that 2,000 points it gets to after, and that's 7 households in addition to the 3 that you already have from your first step. And that jumps you to a 14% commission and a $250 bonus. And that's not only a bonus for you, but that's a bonus for your sponsor. And it also earns you a free conference ticket. And jumps price in commission, in that 14% commission, brings your return per box, per trio, $62.73. So that's on that whole 4-month supply again. But that's showing that commission pretty quickly. So that's what you're earning back on your trio, your $279. That is the customer price, pay in full price on a box of trios. And that $62 you'd be earning on every single one of those customers. So multiply that by 10, and that's a pretty good income in a 4-month period, about $700. So it's pretty quick money coming in if you're sharing it generously. And the other way to get to that point quickly is to have 3 friends do this with you. So if you get to direct distributor and you have 3 friends, get to direct distributor, then you've got those 12 trios really quickly. And so that's a way to get through that first 2 levels quickly. And then that 3rd level is senior sales coordinator. What I like to show in this compensation plan is, sure, we're all looking at national marketing director, right? It's benefits package. There's that highest 22% commission, and you're earning those bonuses as well. That 5% performance bonus, which I'll talk about in a sec, and qualifying your business. The promote out bonus, but the compensation plan really doesn't stop there. Look at the top corner here and see if you're earning you're qualifying your business and you have 1 to 2 qualifying distributors on your team, you're earning about $500 a month. But it jumps pretty quickly when you start adding qualified distributors. So let's talk about that. In the yellow box here, to qualify your business, it's at least 1,000 points, and that's paid points. So in the first 60 days, you're earning promotional points. That's the points and the income on the entire 4-month supply. And so that 4-month supply again is $39. You're making that in those 169 points a trio. You're making that in that first 2-month period right away. After that promotional period, the company switches to paid PV. And that's that second column. If you see here, install paid points, right? And that's the installation points. So each month they're paying $71. You're earning 42 points. That's that second column from the left. And so 1,000 points is about 24 trios. And that's your first goal after VF. And that's not on this chart here. So that's what we're talking about, the intermediary period between virtual franchise and sales coordinator. And again, you're going to need to hear this several times, but what I wanted to do was at least cover this quickly tonight to just talk about the comp plan. A couple of points to make that we never drop back in our comp plan. So once you reach direct distributor, virtual franchise, sales coordinator, and beyond, you never drop back. You're always going to make that 6% commission. You're always going to make 14 once you make that, and so on once you reach 22. So even if you lose customers and lose team beyond that, which hopefully you won't lose your commission. That's a rarity in the industry, network marketing industry. So then the next thing is our first 6 months. Beyond that, you're reaching sales coordinator, and you reach that with 8,000 points in 6 months and 3 team members. So you're teaching what you've just learned, which is pretty easy to do because you've gotten there. So you can say, look, I've gotten to virtual franchise, you can get there. So you've got 3 buddies that do that, each earning 2,000 points as well, and you get to that top commission level, and that's 22%. We'll go back to the screen so you can see that. That's that 4th column. It's in the middle of our comp plan here. So 22% commission and a $500 bonus, another conference ticket, and the chance to walk the stage. They make a big deal about that in conference when you reach sales coordinator. You also get a business coach with the Juice Plus company, and then you are part of the business lead program as a sales coordinator, meaning the company then sends you leads. If somebody signs up on the internet, juiceplus.com, without a distributor, they get rolled over to you if they're in your region, in your area. And then there is also an intermediary period between sales coordinator and senior sales coordinator where you want to be making 3,000 paid PV or PV a month. So your first goal would be that 1,000 points And the second would then be that 3,000 points. You get that extra promote out bonus. So that's an extra 4% bonus for making that. So how do we do this? That's the big point. That's what we're talking about tonight, is how we get there. And the first thing we do is build our memory jogger. This big memory jogger here, I'm going to zoom in so you can see it. Your address book, your child care provider, your Christmas card list, right? You start going through all of these names and realizing, well, there are a lot of people that I can start my memory jogger or my warm market list with. So how to build your list. And you can take a couple of minutes and just look this over. See if anything jumps out at you. I'll scroll down a little bit and you can see the rest of that screen. And a lot of people start out with this warm list. This warm list is just sort of, like I said, a memory jogger, a place for you to start, a great list to begin building your warm market. But really what I like to say too is it's almost easier to start talking to strangers about this once you get a little bit better about telling your story. So that's the first thing that you want to do with your sponsor, is conduct kind of a story, a 3-minute, 2-minute, 1-minute, whatever version of your product and business story. And in doing that, you then get a little bit more comfortable telling this to, whether it's your friends, your family, somebody at the gym, somebody in the grocery line. So building your story is a big piece of what we do when we start this business. And then letting synchronicity, I live my life by synchronicity, and letting synchronicity really guide you in sharing Juice Plus with friends, families, and strangers, and making it part of every conversation. Somewhere in my 3rd or 4th month of sharing Juice Plus, I realized that I should be sharing this with everyone. Everyone deserves to know about Juice Plus. And if you're on the call, you know, on this video live, you know what Juice Plus is. It's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, and everyone deserves to know about it. We have 3 simple doorways into our business. The Juice Plus 27 fruits and veggies in a capsule or chewy, the complete powder or bars, and our tower garden. So you've got 3 different ways to make it part of every conversation. And whether people are talking about health, wealth, their weight, their finances, growing their own food, or buying locally, all of these topics can lead you back to Juice Plus. So I like to say make it part of every conversation. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen for a sec and just take a peek at our questions and see if anyone posting any questions. And Lo's got a question, so I'm going to answer that. Lo, yes, I am at sales coordinator, pushing to senior sales coordinator. So I'm looking for 2 sales coordinators to join me. And really that's what this is about, is rising up with your friends. So as one friend advances to virtual franchise, then you get to advance, or 2 friends advance to virtual franchise, you get to advance to sales coordinator. So it's definitely a team effort, but that's a great question, Lo. Thanks. So I'm going to select, that's the question that we just answered there. So then we'll click done. There we go. So again, if you've got any more questions, keep them coming. And I'm going to screen share one more time. So looking over this list, the next question, or the next section that I'm going to cover, is designing your team. So who are you looking for in your team? This is important to think about. Your first couple of months, maybe you're looking at friends and people that you want to do this business with. But really, you want to look for someone that has some or all of these qualities. If they're entrepreneurial, if they're hungry, so they're looking for something. That's something that we hear a lot, is I'm not happy with my job, I'm looking for something. There's a doorway for you to enter and really talk about the Juice Plus company and what an amazing company it is. And this broadcast is really about how to start your business quickly. So we're not going to talk about the company and how generous they are. But we do have our Tuesday night calls, and those talk about the products, the company, and the industry. So always inviting people to those Tuesday night calls, which is 6 p.m. Mountain and 8 p.m. Eastern time. And I'll show you our resources page where you can find all of that information in a moment. But looking for someone that's hungry, optimistic, really this kind of industry takes that person that's a positive person in general and excited to share health in general and excited about people's health. So you're looking for people like that, self-confident, self-motivated, health conscious, of course, but wanting something, looking for something, and someone that likes to work with people. But really anybody and everybody could fit into any of these categories. So whether they're introverted or extroverted, I'm actually an introverted person, but over the last few years, I've been able to come out of my shell and be a little bit more extroverted and be comfortable with sharing with people and comfortable talking about Juice Plus with strangers. So that's something that this business can help you do. It's, as we all say, a journey in self-discovery and self-improvement disguised as a business, right? So it really anybody can fit into these. So looking at this list, thinking about a few people now that may be those self-confident, self-motivated. Maybe it's someone that you work with. Maybe it's someone that you see at the gym a lot. Maybe it's someone even in a different generation than yours, someone that has a lot of energy or someone you admire. And then you start to build something called a dream team list, people that you all along have thought of. And eventually those people will hopefully join your team. But starting that list now and really putting it out there to the universe that these are the people you would like to work with. It's a good thing to start making your list. So you've got your memory jogger list of customers, and that on that list are a few of your team members that you're looking for as well. And definitely always thinking of, I am at least always thinking of new team member. Ideally, my business coach has always told me that you want to add 5 customers and 1 distributor every month. And that is what's going to grow your business quickly and broadly. You also want to think about going wide. We talked about, having 3 friends do this. But if you look at the numbers on Cheryl Cortese's, the way she shares this, she always says you can, really share it with a lot of people. And that might be if 3 of your friends then duplicate it 3 times and then again 3 times, you're looking at, a certain amount of income. But if that income is quadrupled or quintupled, there's 5 on your team that share it with 5 friends, you're really looking at a much broader income. And something that's unique about the Juice Plus company is that we have no cap on our infinite front line. You can always add new distributors. So that's something that you should be thinking about adding every month. And then moving on to events is how we do this. So really helping people get educated is what this industry is and this company is all about. It's really educating on health. And you can have healthy living parties depending on, what your market is. If it's an after yoga crowd, then a healthy living party is a great idea. If you're looking at telling your friends and family what you're doing now, if it's something new, then having a healthy living startup is a great idea. Really getting comfortable about sharing Juice Plus with this and sharing health and wealth with this group of people. But you can also have events in smaller focused groups. We've got Salad in a Jar going, and that's a great way to just share health without really promoting the whole gamut of Juice Plus and doing that friends and family call on Tuesday with people as well. But the wine and wellnesses we have here in Steamboat 2, we have about 1 a month where you invite people for wine and you have some chat and then you do your presentation. We have a One Simple Change group. We have a hiking club. So really you can have any type of healthy living party. I'm having a tea party this weekend and I guarantee you Juice Plus is going to come up, but it's going to come up organically. So that's for me, a more comfortable way to bring up Juice Plus is have it to come up organically. Of course, social media, Facebook, you can have a Facebook party where it's an event that you're posting. You can have a 1-day event or a 2-week event where you're posting every day. There's a couple of different options there. You can obviously private message and post on your own. And we have T30 group and a One Simple Change group and a Live with Vitality group. So I'll show you some of those as well. And in recent weeks, we've shortened our Transform 30 to a 10-day shred where people are doing Juice Plus and their complete powder. And then in addition to that, they're doing the staples of our T30 program. And of course, you can go and look up more about Transform 30 at transform30.com. So I won't go into that in depth now, but that's another beautiful resource for us for sharing health with people, helping them take control of their weight and their diet. One-on-one is my favorite way to share Juice Plus, and having coffee dates with people. That's considered an event. A three-way connection call with your upline and an interested party. That's a three-way event. And then our weekly calls. So I'm going to let that lead me to sharing our resources with you guys. Ultimately, you want to be doing what's fun for you, what's good for you. This is your business. So looking at all of these, doing what's comfortable for you. You don't have to do all of them. And as time goes on, you'll get better at doing each of them. But doing some of them. And I've got another question here. So Lo, I'm going to answer your question now with the memory jogger. And that is on our website. It's on not only the virtual office, it's in the back office resources. Also, we've got it on our resources page. So I'm going to go ahead and share, make sure that I have that resources page up, Team Vitality. And sharing our websites. All right, so this is our Facebook page. And I'm just scrolling through that to show you guys that. Something worth noting is if you're adding a team member, whether it's to our Team Vitality Juice Plus page or our Facebook customer page, you're going to want to add a member. So you type their member here. See some of my friends listed here. Obviously, they're not members because they're not team members, but you type their name first and then you add them as a welcome. And then I'm going to go to our resources page. Make sure that that's coming up. Yep, looks like it is. Yep. All right, so our resources page lists all of our calls here. And all of our links, our YouTube channels, and this is teamvitalityjuiceplus.com. This is our personal team page that I've created, and we've got Juice Plus plan you can listen to. That's the pay plan that Cheryl Bertizzi goes over. And we've got all of our weekly calls here, and we've got our Google Drive. So that's the thing I'm going to show you guys next. There's a lot of resources on this page, as well as in our Google Drive. And in our Drive, we've got folders. This is our MP3 folder, and it's got a whole long list of MP3s that you can listen to educate yourself. And that's a great place to start for a new distributor. And I would say for everybody that's brand new, to go ahead and listen to a couple of these MP3s, either one a day or 3 or 4 a week, to try and really educate yourself. And just do that organically. Listen to calls that interest you. So maybe you've got a family member that's going through cancer and you can share one of our cancer calls with them, or a family member that has diabetes. You can share a diabetes call with them. So I would listen to it first and listen to them organically and see who you think of and start building your warm list that way as well. And then, of course, we've got resources in our back office. So to answer your question, Lo, on where those all of those resources are, we've got some under training, and then some under mission-driven model. And this shows you how to build your own story and sharing. And this is where I'm going to zoom this in a little bit so you can see it better. This is where our memory jogger is in the back office low. So that's to answer your question. I'll take you there again. So at the top of your Juice Plus virtual office, you go to mission driven model and then scroll down in there, and memory jogger is in there, as well as three-way connection calls and other tips in there. This is a great resource. A lot of these things are also in our drive. So instead of going and digging through our drive for resources, I'd look through here first, or always ask your upline. We can always locate things for you. All right. That's cool that it does that. I'm going to stop sharing. All right, and go back to my window here with me. And then let's see if we've got, click done on your question there, Lo. Lots of resources, yes. So Lo said, great, thanks, lots of resources. Who would have thought? That's one thing that we have. It's lots of resources. What the company and your upline always want is for you to be the best educated as you can. And this isn't something that you need to be the best at. You'll learn as you go, right? You don't need to know everything about Juice Plus all day, every day, right? It's just learn as you go and take your simple steps. And the biggest thing really would be to start crafting your story and sharing that story with your friends, your family, your warm list. If you guys have any last questions, please add those in the chat. We got through this a lot quicker than I thought we would, but a couple of things that I always like to say and remind people is do this the way that you want to do it. This is your business. You don't have to do it the way I've done it or the way that Lori or any of your upline has done it. It's your business, your way. And what you want to get better at doing is sharing little tidbits at a time and dripping, Lori always says, dripping on people with love and support and caring about their health and keeping it fun and keeping it simple. Gretchen has said to me, you can talk anybody into and then back out of Juice Plus in 45 minutes. So keeping it simple. For me, I have absolutely believed in that. At the very beginning, I totally verbally overloaded people on long emails and long chats and all of that. So I've got another question here telling you more about the salad in a jar. That's a great question, Lo. So let's talk about salad in a jar really quick. So salad in a jar is you bring 3 ingredients. We create a Facebook page. Let me back up. We create a Facebook page. We do it for about a half an hour. So it's quick. We always say you have to get to the salad in a jar on time. Everybody shows up and lays out their ingredients. We go around the room and introduce ourselves and say why we're here. And if there's a room full of people that I don't know, I usually tell them why we do salad in a jar, that it's a one simple change. It's a grab and go event. Grab and go item from your fridge. Open the fridge, grab your salad and go, right? So it's a good switching your habit to, from whatever you did before, whether it's sandwiches or eating on the run or just eating a bar. The salad is a much better option. And it's a really cheap option because you only need to bring 3 ingredients, but you wind up having a big spread of an array. It's a smorgasbord, if you will, of beautiful foods. So chopped up carrots and celery, and you can bring quinoa, you can bring olives, and then the host usually provides 2 or 3 options of lettuce. But really anybody can bring arugula or kale or tower garden lettuce or whatever, right? And then everybody goes through the line. The key is to pack your ingredients from heaviest to lightest. So I had my salads in the fridge for over a week. This last time when my parents were in town, we made our salads, and then I didn't wind up eating mine because we went out to lunch. So I'm eating my salads this week, and there's still one of them I had to take a few things out of, but the rest were still fresh because I had the beans and the carrots and the olives and all the heavy, the nuts, even the heavy stuff on the bottom, and then the lettuces and the lighter stuff, the seeds on the top. So heavy things like quinoa and other, thicker vegetables on the bottom. If you've got fruit, you kind of want to maybe put the fruit on and eat that first. So that would be your first salad of the week that you would eat if you've got fruit in there. And really, it runs the gamut on what you can have in there. So great question, Lo. Thank you. Hopefully that answered it. And then, like I said, you show up, make your salads, and go. So that's pretty easy. Couple of last points that I have for you guys are involve your upline. So you're not great at sharing Juice Plus. We just went to this event in Vegas, and one of the speakers said, this is how you start your business. You're not great. You're not good at it. You're awkward. You're mediocre. You're maybe getting a little bit better. You're, oh my gosh, I'm not making mistakes and tripping over my tongue anymore. And that's 3 months, 4 months, 6 months down the road. So really getting comfortable with sharing your story and then having your upline come online. So doing a three-way call, having coffee with an upline, or even a buddy. Doesn't necessarily have to be your sponsor if they're not in your town, doing it with a buddy. But ideally, maybe you get them on a Google Hangout or a Zoom call with your upline, and then they can share their story. And I know that Lori is always super keen on doing that with our team. So is Gretchen, always super keen on doing that with our team and having them share their story and their 12, 14 years experience with our industry and our company. It really gives that third party validation. And especially if it's someone that's your friend or your family, they're not necessarily going to listen intently to you. They're going to maybe tune you out and think that you're selling them something, right? And so if you've got someone like Lori on the phone telling a beautiful story about how her son's asthma is completely gone, it's going to really shift the conversation. So always involve your upline and just be patient with yourself as you're going through this process. So if there aren't any other questions, and I don't see any popping up through there, I want to thank everybody for your time tonight. And I'm just so excited for all of our new distributors. This was broadcast live, so you are going to get a YouTube link if you missed this or you want to share this with anyone afterwards. We'll be able to share that and share the PowerPoint with you as well. So thank you guys all for attending and for taking the time in your evening. I know for some of you it's quite late, and I know, Lo, that you're hanging out at your office afterwards. So hello to Alaska and Connecticut and Colorado. So that is our broadcast, and thanks for being here.